Welcome everybody. Dan, Dr. Dad Poker here. Just finished up a streaming session and going to do a recap of 2023 in regards to poker. Going to first go over some stuff related to Twitch and then go over the numbers related to poker. So let's dive right in. All right, so here's the Twitch data. Average 35 viewers this year. I think that's up a little bit from last year. And made about $100 a month. So appreciate all the support via subscriptions and bit donations throughout the year. Shout out to the Bit Lord Max Nectar for the bits. And really appreciate all the support of the channel throughout the year. And some of these subscriptions were related to charity initiatives and things that Jared and I did together. So you guys always turn out great for those. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. So in terms of charity related things that I talked about, which that I did with Jared, we can start with this one. So with one of the charity initiatives, this is from 2022. I think one of the first charity things that we did this year was for my sister-in-law, Lisa. So she needs a new kidney, unfortunately, and there's a fund set up for her care related to that. And so I was matching donations, matching funds from subs and bits on one of my streams to make a donation to that fund. And thanks to everybody's generosity, we were able to raise $400. There was one last minute donation as well. So I did another donation of $25. So $425 total were raised for that fund. So again, really appreciate the support. You guys always turn out big for those. And then another one of the charity initiatives that I did on Twitch was with Jared. So this is just one of the receipts. I ended up doing 3 separate donations to help support Jared's charity initiative for this year. So for those that aren't aware, Jared was donating 10% of his cashes over a period of time, as well as all of his revenue from subs and bits as well during that period to make a donation to the Navajo Water Project. And so I had made, I think my donations totaled $325 with the 3 donations. And it was awesome to collaborate with Jared on some dual streams to help support this cause. And again, thank you all for turning out in terms of viewership in both my channel and his channel to help bring fresh drinking water to that population in the United States here. And the last donation I want to talk about, this wasn't necessarily related to Twitch, but made a donation to the Maui United Way. So I was fortunate enough to be a guest on the Poker in the Ears podcast, and you do trivia on a movie. The movie I picked was Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and this was right at the time that the Maui wildfire had happened, and so wanted to make a donation that sort of matched the prize that you'd get from that show to help support relief efforts following that wildfire. I have a little bit of a connection to the town that was drastically impacted by that wildfire, and that I gave a scientific presentation on my work at a conference there. So being able to make a donation to help in any way in recovery from that wildfire was good. So just wanted to highlight that as well. So thank you all for your support of the charity things that I and Jared did throughout this year. All right, now the poker. So online poker, here's the graph. Um, this is where I would say, I was arguably a little bit disappointed in how I performed online this year. So last year online, I won, I think, in the neighborhood of $77,000 online was my net profit. This year, net profit of $25,275. As you can see, here's the graph. Obviously, much lower than the peak from earlier in the year. Played a little bit higher volume this year than I did last year, and also played a little bit higher average stake. I think I realized I've generated enough data now, playing some of the higher stake stuff, that I just have some work to do in my game, and that I'm just not quite ready to be performing at some of the higher stake stuff. So I've been dialing back some of my higher stake stuff and being a little more game selecty in those endeavors, and focusing more on just trying to satellite in currently. With the exception being the ring events, I'm still firing those with the added equity of trying to get to the tournament of champions. And but even I still avoid some of the ring events, like the 1Ks and some of the 500s, unless I satty in. So, how did I get to that 25,000? Here's a little bit more intricate breakdown of the data. So, staked 333,000 this year, cashed 385,000, paid just over 27K in rake for just a total ROI of 7%. So, again, this is the number I'm a little bit disappointed in this year. Work to do on my game, obviously, and to still just be in profit is a good thing. But it was just a trying year online, generally speaking, and just looking to move forward this year, and keep plugging away, and keep trying to improve. So that's the online poker. And this is a combination of my results on all the sites. I guess here I could have a breakdown. Let's just do this. Date range. Can break it down by site. I did bad on WSOP. Negative 12,000. It's where I play all my highest buy-ins. So average stake of 151, as you can see. So yeah, it just didn't go well in WSOP this year. Up only $875 on MGM. Again, I do most of my volume on stars. And I primarily, for a while, was playing almost exclusively the C note on MGM, but I've started to mix in some lower buy-ins on MGM, particularly the 35 6 max and the 55 PKO that run later at night. And I'll start to mix in some lower stuff on MGM as well. I'm excited about the potential of the merger of our client with New Jersey on MGM for next year, just because I like a lot of what MGM does, particularly with their satellites and stuff, and I hope they continue to do well and compete in the market. And here's stars, where I did most of my volume, so 36.7K in profit over just under 2.4K games, with my lowest average stake being on stars. So yeah, just work to do to be able to perform against the people that play the high stakes and are all very good players. So, so there's the online data. Fortunately, though, live poker is a thing, and had one big result in live poker. So I went out to the World Series of Poker. I played the 777. I played 600 Ultra Stack, and then a 2.5K buy-in, event number 79, and I was fortunate enough to make a run in my highest buy-in out at the WSOP. and finished in ninth place for 60 grand. So this World Series of Poker was my first time out in Vegas. It was a awesome experience to be out there with Jared and James, Teddy Rowe here on Twitch. We got an Airbnb together, and we just had a lot of fun playing poker tournaments and hanging out. And it was a great experience overall. I did sell action privately for the World Series of Poker, so that's the only time I've ever sold action. So it was great to be able to bring a result back for the investors. So shout out to all the investors. And it was a cool experience making a run in a live event, and meeting everybody out there. Got to meet some people from Twitch, like This Is a Travesty and Ape Styles, and several other Michigan regs. And it was just a cool experience being out there and interacting with the poker community, and making a run in a live event is a lot of fun. So how does everything break down then? So here's sort of the final number, if you will. So online profited $25,275. My live results, the final number is a net profit of $48,658. So my buy-ins for the World Series of Poker were just over 8.3K for everything I fired. The MSPT, and I only played October. We had a family vacation during the May event, so I had to miss that one. I played 3 bullets in the MSPT in October with no cash. So that's how I get to this final number. However, it's good to have friends that are good at poker. So I did have a swap with Teddy Rowe. Shout out to Teddy Rowe for his amazing run in the MSPT in October. So from our swap, profited just under 5.4K. And then this is what I paid out via action for selling action in the WSP. So brings my final number for 2023 poker to just under $65,000. So overall, a good year when you look at that number, but again, just work to do, and I was, somewhat disappointed in how I performed online this year, and that's on me to get better. And I look forward to what 2024 is going to bring. So, yeah. Thank you all for listening to that recap. I'll probably stick around for a minute